News 4 Midday starts now.
This year, the start of Hanukkah and Christmas Eve fall on the same day.
That's right, and today, a treat that will work for either holiday from the Kosher Baker. She's cooking in our studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This Saturday evening at nightfall, the first candle on the menorah will be lit for Hanukkah. The 8-day Jewish festival of lights will continue through Sunday, January 1st, with another candle lit every night. It's a joyous time with gifts and traditional songs and lots of traditional foods. And joining us, our friend, the Kosher Baker, Paula Scheuer, who brought along one of her sons. Jake, welcome. Good to have you with us today. And they're going to make her famous donut holes for Hanukkah.
Yeah, they're called sufganiyot in Hebrew, and the tradition is to have fried foods over the holiday. So I'm going to show you quickly how to make this dough, and it's a yeast dough. So you just mix up some yeast and sugar and warm
sugar
water.
First, okay.
Yeah,
and
water
yeast?
so it gets nice and thick like this. Remember we did this for the challah last time, and we have eggs and vanilla, a little bit of salt. I'm going to use soy milk and make these dairy-free.
And we'll get your recipe on our website,
Absolutely. There's a recipe there. And here we're going to put some of this flour in here. And
just regular flour?
Yeah, all-purpose flour. And you just mix this up. At home, I'd probably use a mixer for this. And you mix this up, and you add more flour until you get this really, really nice, soft dough. So this is like part of the flour, and then you add more in, you know, over time.
It has to get to be a certain consistency.
And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done.
Jake, you can finish that, huh?
Absolutely. And then you have this nice spongy dough.
How long do you let it rise?
About an hour.
That's all?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do all rises pretty short for, you know, unless I'm making sourdough bread. So then you want to roll this out until it's about half of an inch thick. And for little donuts, we use this little 1.5-inch cookie cutter, and you cut these little circles like this. Like if you were making bigger ones, you can make a bigger donut like that.
And you then roll them in your hand, or no?
Well, here, you'll see, all they do is cut them, and you have these cute little balls like this. Jake's going to hand me the other ones, and then you let them rise for a few minutes, and then you have them like this. Here, you want to hold these over here for me, Jake? And here I have my cute little mini deep fryer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my donuts and gently put them in. Now, if you don't have one of these mini deep fryers, you could use a saucepan and a candy thermometer, and you just want to heat the oil to it's about 365 degrees. I'm going to put these in, and they're going to cook for about 45 seconds, and we turn them over. That is all.
And they're puffing up in there.
Yeah, they puff up right away.
Wow.
So like at home, you could use a saucepan and a candy thermometer, and you want to make sure the temperature stays at 365. And I do lots of things with them. We're going to roll them in some blue sugar like I did here, you know, blue and white for Hanukkah. And I have a homemade Nutella, like hazelnut chocolate and jam. So instead of filling them with jam, they're so easy.
And they'll be all done in 45 seconds.
45 seconds, we turn them over in another 45 seconds.
Oh, I see.
In a saucepan, you can make more of them. Here's some of them
They seem to be turning themselves over in
Yeah,
here.
they don't always behave. They're kind of like toddlers. And you don't want to put too many of them in at one time, because if they're crowded, they don't cook as well. So just like people, donuts don't like to be crowded. Okay, Jake, we're ready to go. So we're just going to turn these over. See, that one's turning over on its own.
Jake is keeping the timer over there.
Jake's timing it for me. And then you could roll them in anything. So like if you were doing these for Christmas, you could roll them in red and green sugar. If you were doing a brunch during the year and doing a pink thing, you could roll them in pink.
Okay, can we get them out and into the sugar so people can see how they go?
So here, this is how we roll them up in the sugar. The key thing for the blue sugar is, when you take them out, you want to roll them while they still have some oil on them.
Okay,
and I'll show you a little trick. We put these here.
Well, I'm going to believe it, and you give me one to show at the end of the show when they're all finished, okay?
Absolutely. So here we roll them. There we go. We roll them in the blue sugar.
Paula Scheuer, the Kosher Baker.
Here are the recipes are from there. So happy to be there. Happy holidays.
Great to have you with us. All right.